So after the first session, we realized that sale had literally gone up by 10,000 in per outlet. So it had a very good impact. So after that, we realized whenever we have this, immediately the next problem comes in a month, I would be like, ma'am, I need another healing.
She's from Goa and she's here to share about her breakthrough, her story. She was like, ma'am, I'd like to really share with people if it can help someone to get a breakthrough or understand how these things can help them. Yeah.
Yes. So I think with ma'am, I've like exactly noted. I have done 5 healing sessions till now, and surprisingly, all 5 were for different aspects. So when I initially had a call with ma'am, when I spoke to her, so I remember ma'am telling me ki it's not something which will be resolved with one healing. I see layers in your problems. So you'll definitely have to take some more healings, and you'll come to know what the results were. So she asked me, what is your top priority? Which is the healing that you'll want to do first? So at that point of time, it was business. It was things regarding business where, we had so many outlets coming up because we ran a business for a bakery and confectionery. And we were seeing that the amount of sale that was supposed to be pulled wasn't pulling. So after the first session, we realized that sale had literally gone up by 10,000 in per outlet. So it had a very good impact. So after that, we realized whenever we have this, immediately the next problem comes in a month, I would be like, ma'am, I need another healing. So then the second healing that we had done was for employees. So what happened is I finished completing my master's and I started joining my dad in business. And I realized that there's a difference with the way we run it. And the employees were not ready to accept, orders from me, or for that matter, even dad, because they've been working for us for such a long time. And my dad was of a very rigid mentality. Ki, okay, since he's been running business for so many years this way, I don't want to fire someone. They're very good to me. They've been working with me for 20 years. So that's when I remember ma'am made one statement to my dad, which actually changed everything. She told my dad that you think about your employees and their kids before you fire them. But your employees are not thinking about your kids. So that is when it hit my dad, ki, okay, no matter how much I put in to listen to them, they are not doing, like, they were not helping me anyway when I was trying to run the business or when I was trying to help dad. So that one statement changed everything, because now they'll be like, they like in Konkani, they'll be like, bye tu yaar sir naka. So they'll directly say ki, okay, it's better if you come, not sir simply like he'll start saying things to us if we don't do things properly and all. So like this was after the second healing. Now the third healing, what happened was that my mom felt really sick. We were not knowing why she was falling sick. We knew what had happened to her. It was like the same thing that happened 3 years back. So we were wondering, ki, how do we go about with this? So I had got in touch with ma'am regarding the same thing, asking, let's do a health healing for my mother. So then what happened was that we realized my mother had some kidney infection, which she had 3 years back also, but it's due to, like, it happens to many women. It happens when you are diabetic also. It happens when you don't take care of your physique, of your health and stuff like that. So what happened was that our mindset was ki my mother has been following everything. Her diet is right. Everything is right. Her diabetes is under control. So what was the reason for this to come back? So when we did a health healing with ma'am, we came to know that someone had done some sort of black magic on the business, which affected my mom's health, because that part of the business was on my mom's name. So when ma'am did the healing, my mom automatically, she kind of got a, this, it's like a deja vu kind of a thing where she in her dream or something, she kind of saw where the thing was done. So the next day when I went to a restaurant, when I saw it, I actually found the burnt chilies. I actually found the ash pieces, and all of that kept in a plate, hidden behind or hidden under the flowers. So that is when I realized, ki, okay, so once that was found and cleared off, my mother got admitted on emergency basis. Her whole process had started for, her kidney infection thing. And during this whole period of 15 days, my mother wasn't eating anything. So I remember ma'am gave me a prayer. She gave me a prayer and she told me, keep it under her plate, keep it wherever it's visible, say the prayer before feeding it. And it just worked. It just worked for my mother. My mother started eating. Like, if the prayer wasn't done, that meal wouldn't go in my mother's stomach. So it did like wonderful miracles, the prayer especially.
I remember the
Uh,
biggest problem, she was not able to eat. She was not eating. You were
Not
saying
at
she was,
all.
yeah.
Nothing. Like, I think the only thing my mother would have in those 15 days was water. So she had dropped weight by around 8 to 10 kgs in a minimum of 15 days. So the only thing that was going in her stomach was like water, maybe apple juice or something. But if she would have also, then she would throw up. So that was like, it was that miserable. It was worse than what her first situation was. So we were very scared about it. Later, the doctors, when I went to the doctor, so the doctor told us that her kidney infection is not as critical as it was the first time when she had come. So this is technically something else which even they weren't figuring out. So then when everything was found, so we came to know what it was. But then we were glad like all of that was also sorted. This was an off the grid healing that we had with ma'am. I remember I told ma'am, whatever it is, ma'am, on emergency basis, please. And I'm very grateful because ma'am took the time and she actually did that healing for us.
Yeah, I did not meet her mom or saw her because it was a
Yeah.
medical emergency, and I did off-grid healing for her.
Then the fourth healing I had was regarding actually employees only, but then it was just a general healing that my dad just felt okay, we need to take a healing asking for like how are things going on, whether we'll get more employees and all that. So after that healing, today I've started a new department. I have new products being launched. I'm planning to launch a sister company for on behalf of the same company. So I'm planning to launch a sister company in the next 6 to 7 months. I'm just like figuring it out. Like, I was literally taking down notes of what products I need to do before this meeting only. I have chefs coming down for trials. I have renovation which has started in the bakery for a new product. So that has also worked. During this fourth healing also, I remember I was telling ma'am ki we have a lot of stagnant property, like shops which aren't going for rent. Because in Goa, rent is a huge source of income. Like a small area of even 20 square meters can go to rent. If it's in a prime location, can go up to 50,000 per month. And 20 square meters is quite small. So if it's double height, you can expect 80 per month also. So we have like 3, 4 areas in a lot of prime locations, but they weren't going for rent. So that also kind of got sorted after the meeting. Like initially we weren't, it's not gone for rent yet. Initially we weren't getting any offers only. Now we're getting offers, like they're coming forward and we don't know who to give it to. How do we crack the perfect deal for it? How do we go about the whole process? So I realized that has also helped a lot. And I think overall it just creates a very positive impact on you as a person. Like you understand basically this healing clears a lot of they say you have hurdles, like everything that you go to do has a lot of hurdles. So I feel healing is just a solution. It will not take away the hurdle, but it will teach you how to make your way around it. It may be a longer process, it may be an expensive process, it may be something which is taking time, but you'll definitely overcome the hurdle. So this is what I have experienced over all my healing sessions, and I hope to continue taking many, many more.
I know you have got hooked onto it. I have to keep on telling no to you that wait, don't take the healing, wait it
Yeah.
out, see what's going on. Because I know sometimes people get addicted to healing as well. And my job is to make sure that people are just not.
Yeah, and we did a cord cutting thing also. We did a cord cutting also because we have a lot of, when you're in business, you have a lot of credit that happens in the market. And there are some people who take advantage of your good nature also. Like my dad is not someone who would force someone, give me money, give me my money, give me my money. No matter what difficult situation he is as a person, he'll never put a bullet on someone else's head saying, I need my money right now. But what happens is when that time is surpassed, like we understand there was COVID, we've not asked anyone for any money. But when the outstanding amount is around 4 to 5 lakhs and it's not been coming for 7 years, that's when you need to start getting active, because the mentality over here is okay, he's not asking, no, let it be. When time comes, we'll see. And it never comes. Like we face such things where it's not come before and it's been 20 years now who's going to go behind that person and all that. So I thought, so for that also I'd done a cord cutting session. So where we came up with a solution. I mean, I'm still developing my contact to try approaching that person for the money. But ma'am has told me a nice way how to go about with it. So I feel after, even she's given me a prayer, so it doesn't affect you. Because see, when you go to forcefully do something on someone, it's a part of your karma also, right? So I feel that the prayer at least will help me with this.
Yes. And more than anything else, I remember that Nadia, when you contacted me, you were super bothered, like 200 out of 100 instead of 100 out of 100.
Yeah,
And
it
now I
was
see you,
completely
yeah, now I
bothering
see
me.
that there's a lot of smoothness between you and your father, you and the employees, you and the business.
Yeah.
And you are like, all in, and you are able to deal with things in the most effective way. And I see you growing every day. You keep on sending those messages to me. Oh, sales have gone up. This has happened. That has happened. Things are going on really well. We have got new outlets. People are taking our, our franchises. So I love to read all
Yeah.
that. And lots of blessing. Thank you so much, Nadia, for
Thank you
sharing
so
all of
much,
this.
ma'am.
And keep growing.
Okay.
I'm yet to come to Goa and have food at your
Yes,
outlets.
ma'am. I've been waiting for you.
Thank you so much.